I'm going to handle this video with about as much grace as this person showed me. So like none. I'm really not gloating, but another day, another woke TikToker who made videos about Blaire White going down. So you may recognize Dominic Morgan, the name of the person who was in my most recent video, or one of my most recent videos on my main channel, and has made multiple videos talking crap about me.
Blaire White, come on to the front of the class, Shug. I know the girls have let you boom cat and carry on shenanigans over here and on YouTube and stuff. I just want to say this. I don't think you're passable. I don't think you're sickening in the way that you think you are. And I think that you are very excited to lean into the rhetoric.
So update on this person. This person is facing between 5 and 15 years. Oh, that's the mugshot. That's crazy. That's crazy. Dominic Morgan stole nearly $100,000 from a trans nonprofit called the Okwa Project. Morgan used it for personal expenses such as luxury closet renovations, Mercedes-Benz car payments, clothing, and meals. And definitely not any transition, which is crazy. Use that money for everything but a transition as a trans person. This video is sponsored by Aura, and I wanted to show you guys something that genuinely freaks me out. This is an 11-page report from data brokers, and this is not a conspiracy. This is the kind of information that they openly admit to collecting and selling about you. Your age, your address history, your relatives, where you shop at, your address, your phone numbers, your online habits, like all of it. Even things that are just creepy to see written down like this, like who asked for this? And what bothers me the most is knowing that these companies are making billions of dollars off of your information and you don't even know who's buying it from them. And none of it is with any of our consent. Scammers, stalkers, fraudsters, as long as your data is up for sale, it will be bought. And what bothers me the most is feeling like the only two choices we have is to live off grid, avoid society, or just accept that your privacy is gone. And that is why I'm so glad that Aura reached out. Aura helps to protect your privacy by identifying which data brokers are selling your information and then working to automatically get it taken down, get it removed, and to keep it off of those kinds of websites so that you don't have to go hunting for it yourself later. And what really sets Aura apart is that it's not just data removal. You also get dark web alerts, real-time fraud alerts for your banking and your credit, 24/7 identity protection, a secure VPN, antivirus, and a password manager. And if something does go wrong, Aura provides up to $5 million in identity theft insurance with US-based fraud experts available around the clock. I'm not leaving myself vulnerable, and you shouldn't either. You can try Aura for free for 14 days if you go to aura.com/the Blaire White Projects. In those 2 weeks, Aura is going to get to work to get your personal info taken off these data broker websites without you lifting a single finger. So thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Make sure you guys go check them out. And now on to the rest of the podcast. Apparently they've been in prison before already. And let's just watch this quick news clip about it.
He built a reputation in Omaha as an advocate and author, but now facing 24 criminal counts, one of which carries up to 15 years in prison if convicted.
I'm Melissa Wright on the Dominic Morgan Street, named after a trans activist known.
They give anybody a street. It's so demented. How does this person... Things are bad. Things are bad.
Known for her work in Omaha. On Wednesday, we found out that she's being charged for stealing $100,000 from a New York-based nonprofit.
Dominic Morgan made a name for herself in Omaha after being released from prison. Morgan began her executive director position at Black and Pink in 2018, dedicated to helping LGBTQ plus people who've been incarcerated. In 2021, she told us in an...
Now you're going to need that. You see how karma works? You're not only going down, getting incarcerated, you're getting incarcerated for pretending to help other people who are incarcerated. And let's not pretend as if this isn't how all these activist organizations work. They're all Ponzi schemes. They're all fronts for something else. This is the same reason why the Black Lives Matter movement, the leader of it was living in like multiple mansions, all white neighborhoods, by the way, right? This is what this is. And this is why I've never been fooled by it. I've always seen it as a run-up. I've always seen it as a joke. And I wish other people could have. But I could have told you from a mile away, this person's a scammer. I mean, even fixing your mouth to lie about me, I mean, that's a scam. You're lying about me. That's a scam. And it's so crazy, right? Like, the way that the harm that I have done to the trans community is so spoken about. That in the minds, I'm using that word loosely, of leftists, the minds of leftists, you know, it's just so overblown, right? I'm Voldemort to these bitches. I'm the worst person ever. Nobody ever talks about the fact that all these people are the ones actually doing harm. What about the Black trans women who really needed that? You know, I don't know how legit it really was. Like, maybe those Black trans women are in jail and should be there and shouldn't be bailed out. But regardless, you created this charity for them and then you steal from it. That's crazy. That's crazy. I wonder if they let you take the wig into prison. Probably not. No, because the mugshot, he was bald-headed.
She told us in an interview,
And if we worked just as hard to pull people in as we work to push people away sometimes, we would really get the change we want to see.
in 2022, she moved to New York for an executive director position at the Okra Project, according to her LinkedIn. That's the organization she's accused of taking almost $100,000 from. The group's initial mission, providing resources to the Black trans community. Morgan went further, raising money she said would go to bail out indigent people from jail. Okra's board asked for receipts. The district attorney says Morgan handed over some from Fulton County, Georgia, and Douglas County, Nebraska. Investigators say, quote, no such persons were arrested at that time. Prosecutors say Morgan used the $99,000 she transferred into her personal account in 2022 for a California closet renovation, car payments, shopping, and other expenses, including meals.
We know she ain't missing no meals. This is just like the Rose Montoya bitch. You know, the other one who, like, right after talking crap about me on TikTok, then got hit with, like, sexual assault claims. Like, I'm not saying I'm, you know, divinely protected, but I am saying I'm divinely protected. I am saying, you know, highly favored, all those things. So luckily, to my surprise, trans activists on TikTok are talking about it. And, you know, despite the fact that she's Black, and usually that gives a complete cover for any criticism, even when they commit crimes, people are calling a spade a spade.
But to be working in a nonprofit as a Black trans woman and stealing $100K, there's no excuse for that. And what makes it more absurd is that she's weaponizing her platform and her followers to attack people who are bringing this up. But seeing as how she also weaponized her position to take advantage of funds that were not meant for her, it doesn't surprise me.
You see how physiognomy matters with trans people too? Physiognomy almost matters more so with trans people. So, like, the fact that, you know, this person is pretty, it also means she has some sense. Like, I'm so sorry. It doesn't mean you're going to be super intelligent, but there's just a certain amount of, like, common sense you're going to have if you look like you actually take care of yourself, rather than just throw a wig on and scam people, which is what the other people are doing. All these people are frauds. All these people are fake. And I really do feel like just energetically 2026 is the year of, like, just the veil lifting, bitch. I have to say, all the conspiracy theories coming true, all the stuff coming out, Trump's doing aliens next, like, and all the frauds are getting exposed. All the fakes are being weeded out from every side, every direction, from what I can see. And the truth is just coming out. And I love that. And by the way, I swear I didn't snitch on this bitch. I'm not the reason this person's going down. However, it's just interesting that usually when, you know, these people attack Blaire White, something really bad happens right afterwards. Call that karma. Call that whatever you want to call it. But I know I'm having a great year, so I'll just say that. Thank you so much to Aura for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Make sure you guys check them out in the link in the description below or the pinned comment. Your privacy is everything, and Aura is going to help you out with that. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel. Follow me on X, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. And I will see you in the next episode of the Blaire White Project podcast. Bye, guys.